Good morning.
Good morning, my dear viewers. Good morning. I cut my hair because after COVID, I noticed that I was losing. So I cut it that much. I'm crying, but that's okay.
It will grow.
It will grow. And I was laughing. I could have wear green with the green stuff, similar blouse than Sheryl, but we are in the same color, so we are matching. I'm so sorry for anyone who is from Florida and from our East Coast. Look at that girl. She was telling me to turn off my telephone, and she turned off.
Well, it's not ringing. It's connected to
Okay.
You're live now.
So, it is devastating in Canada. The damage was horrific in Canada. And when you're looking from satellite, you can see the coast is changed.
Yeah.
That much on a coast that they show that.
And that's the tail end of a hurricane. It's not even the start of it.
No. And that was Prince Edward Island that they were showing.
And Nova Scotia. Yeah, Prince Edward Island they showed.
So the damages are horrific, and hopefully.
And what I love is that, like BP has prayers for Florida. It's so true. When it happens to us, we're just absolutely devastated and helpless and hopeless. But when others join in, when it's not happening, for us, it's not happening, so we can give prayers. But for those who are there, boy, they need our prayers.
They need. And as well, we have to pray today for BP. That's the young lady from Florida that has. Oh, hello, BP. You are prayers for Florida. I was just thinking. And hello, Rosita. Hello, Joanne. And BP is from Florida. So all the best wishes to you. And Teresa and Bella Luna. Thank you, Magic Martinez. And Dolly. All of you, my friends, Alex, Clara O'Neill, hello. I was just thinking that about someone, and I'm sorry. Usually when I hear Clara O'Neill, I see another Clara, and I will have a reading today with that Clara. It's so odd that they always are coming the same day to me, the same thing. Faith and Flowers, Kat, Andrea, Lynn, Shishia, Christina. Oh boy, we have to pray for everyone who is touched by those unbelievable devastations. And I hope Trump's people will start understanding that there is problem with the weather.
And not only problems with the weather, there's also, when the very, very wealthy get away from paying their taxes, the taxes from the government, etc., are what helps the people out in times like this.
Yeah. And hello, Christina. Okay. I'm glad I have quite a few people already. And today was going to be the January 6th committee, and Sheryl was afraid that no one will be watching.
I had a list of questions just in case. I still have them.
You can leave them for me to do the video on them. And I have a lot of questions to write from comments, so please ask questions from people.
Right now I have comments.
Oh, okay, Maria Henson.
Here's
we
the
will
nuclear
pray
threat.
for your brother.
So Faith and Flowers, Violetta, would you look into the nuclear threats
from Putin?
Mm-hmm. Seems like something could happen, but hopefully not. 1, 2, 3.
When you have wonk dish, you have that sometimes round lid.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that round lid on him. I think China will put a lid on him as well. They will tell him straight, don't do it. But that's, the vision, what I have seen, I have to explain. I see the wong, which is to
The
me.
Chinese walk. Mhm.
Yeah, Chinese wong. And the lid, I knew that it's from the wong. And it's putting on, so they will put a lid on him. I don't think he will be allowed to. BP has question. I don't think they will allow him to do it. They will negotiate. He will feel secure, and he is cheating already in Ukraine. He will be content with that he won, in his mind, part of Ukraine for himself. Because of the thank you, Christina Nariani, thank you so much. And it is something that it's scary for all of us, but there is too much damage to himself. Like, we have saying in Polish, I'm angry at my mom, so I will not wear gloves, so I will freeze my hands. It is like that. He will do this, and his country will be damaged. The radiation is not going to go to the Europe. It will go to him. So I don't think they will let him to do. India wouldn't like that either. None of his friends will like that.
Nor should they.
Yeah, of course.
Now, do you think part of that, because he went to that private palace or whatever of his, is that part of it where they're having talks with him, or are they putting pressure on him?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
They were more like a party setting. He's Libra. Maybe that was his birthday party. So you can check on mine if he had the birthday. Because first thing that I thought, oh, Gorbachev was on his villa when they surrounded him. I have to put my finger on my phone. Okay, if you can write Putin's birthday. So he will be doing this on and off. It's not that it's completely love to survive, love for people, but he wants to keep us afraid. He will be keeping us all the time on our toes. October 7. Oh, no, not yet. So the next Sunday he might be on, but he's already there.
Mm-hmm.
So probably he's preparing himself for the birthday party.
There's been talk about maybe they're going to put pressure on him to leave, or something going to happen to him there.
I wouldn't mind. Mussolini comes to my mind. I'm sorry, horrific vision, but he's not going to give up. He don't have anywhere to go. He doesn't have anywhere to go. China, no, he is not going to go to China. India, no. And he doesn't have that many friends. He's on his own, and he will be on a chopping boat.
Now, Teresa, Deanna Richardson says, we need to pray daily to stabilize our circumstances. Spirit needs direction, and that's for everything. Even if you put out prayers all the time, just broaden it if you can, because it's so important. But prayers do work, especially in Mass.
Oh, absolutely. They even prove that when people are praying for someone sick in the hospital, that person will, or child will get better.
Well, my family, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know you.
I was married to a pastor's grandson, and I have 4 ministers in my family, all different religions. So you can understand why I come from a spiritual point of view, because each one of them believes the other one isn't going to heaven because they're the chosen ones. But anyways, when my mom was ill all the time, my one aunt who's closest to her, and her husband's a minister as well. But anyways, she would always put out on the prayer line. And then mom always survived everything, no matter what was thrown at her, she survived. And then finally it came down where she's asking me, how do I will myself to die? And I had to contact my aunt, and I said, no more prayers. Mom was wanting to cross, and she did cross about 5 months later. But that's how much they worked every single time, because she put it out on the mass prayer line. It's huge.
I'm always saying that we die when we are ready to die. So,
Well, we start crossing over, yeah, in our mind, just at least.
Okay, BP, I know that she had, and BP is my girl who is helping us with that.
That's further down.
At the beginning, I think she was.
No, we've already crossed hers at the beginning, but it's further down here. Your screen is a little bit different from the start.
Yeah.
And so we come down to okay, we'll hit that one. What do you feel? This is from BP. What do you feel about the Russian pipeline explosion?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
It is like a nasty person is giving a child a balloon and then holding the needle and poking the balloon to have that effect that the child will cry.
So Putin is the poker?
I have the feeling. He wants to poke Germany. I have you in my fist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, that's what I'm seeing. And about balloon, talking, because I might forget about that remedy. Be careful when your child is blowing, or adult, blowing a balloon. It can blow up and piece can stuck to eye.
Oh.
My sister-in-law, Barbara, someone in her class lost one eye as a child because the balloon broke into pieces. And so after that, I was always saying, put the glasses when you are doing something stupid. It's just for protection.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
I never thought about this, but now it crossed my mind when I saw that vision. And it is something that, yes, surprise, it will cause so much stress and hard winter even, but eventually the harvest will be good, hopefully not for Russia.
Well, they had thought that Russians sabotaged it. Will it be proven?
Hopefully. But, no one else had any reason to do that.
No.
Why would they do that? They don't have enough gas to supply other countries. So the price will go up. And I think potato prices will go up because the damage in eastern coast of Canada, they wouldn't have too much harvest from potatoes. They are stuck in the water.
Now, it's Beto or Bato, B-A-D-O. Beto Magi. Could the recent strong coronal mass ejections from the sun affect humans on the planet? 1, 2, 3.
Some ways, yes, we are more exposed to the radiation from the sun because sun has radiation. But I don't know. It is like drawing of an so it is like, it's hitting you from here and there. We are all the time hit by the radiation. but it will be probably more coming to the same spot.
Okay. Where the protection is thin on Earth.
Yeah. And I'm like Trump. I'm damaging whatever I know.
Not down the toilet, though.
No. And I'm not eating that, huh? I'm
Smaller
better.
pieces.
That's the reason he's so chubby. He looks like he lost weight. He looks
Really?
like, I noticed that he doesn't look as heavy, as healthy to me.
Well, he doesn't look as healthy. I didn't think he'd lost weight. I thought he was eating more.
Oh, eating more papers.
Teresa Campbell's asking, says Florida has surplus of $11 billion. That means people are overtaxed, or Florida is not spending money on programs for people.
Now they will have to.
We hope. Or whether they will rely just on...
they need money to
country.
transport immigrants.
Oh, I thought those flights were paid for free.
Not that, but they need those money, so that is pocketing. Oh, I was listening how Trump hates DeSantis, and DeSantis is what he is saying that he will do to Trump.
You know, and it's really frightening when you think of what's happening already, the rights that are being taken away from people who have fought for so long for equal rights, and books getting destroyed, and control over a woman's body, etc. And you look at what's going to come now.
What was
after election?
We will survive. That was the last question.
Go for the sun.
I pulled the cards. Some people will have the effect of it because it will be overpowering, and then we will have to fight with those radiation. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you put that down to draw the picture.
Yeah, but I drew the picture, and before about the balloon I was explaining. So I'm all the time.
It's one of those days.
I'm always worried that I might not be ready for the video. I'm telling my husband, so why are you killing yourself? Because I love it.
And that's the truth. She looks forward to these.
Oh, I love it. But it's always the stress. What if I will say something stupid?
We're allowed to do that. We're human.
Oh, yeah, but...
Now, isn't that interesting, again, with the tornadoes? There's tornado warnings as well as the hurricane. Man, they're getting hit.
And I said, I have seen before the season, I said, I see 6 big hurricanes names. So.
And Alexis, I think that Violetta's already answered this question in some way. Matt Gaetz wasn't charged. Will he ever be indicted or convicted? One.
And I said the book will be thrown at him.
Yeah.
So
3.
That was, I remember at least that one. Yes, and when I have one vision, it's kind of blocking from looking. The world is watching him. Reason to celebrate for us, because he will gamble. He will be, and again, taken. You know, when people are gambling, it's not always that they are winning. They have to lose. Not the gambler will ever admit that he lost, or she.
No.
They always remember the good time. And I remember only 2 times I knew I will win, but the rest time I was just spending £1 here, £1 there. I knew that I'm not going to win. And I grabbed the money and I left. But 2 times I look at the guy who was throwing the roulette, and I knew that, I thought that he had a little crush on me, because I went for a coffee with him. Eventually, he was waiting for under my school to pick me, to kind of take me for a coffee. And I said, you let me to win. And he said, no, I can't do that. But I said, I knew.
But you're also psychic.
Yeah. That time, there was no talk about this. But the second time when I was pulling all my money on one pile, my boyfriend was looking at me. He put some
Especially if you put it all in there.
Some of his chips.
The last name of Anita.
Oh, that's too small for me.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, shoot.
Slip. It is just before this.
Okay. Anita, that's not Polish. Slipiewiec. I believe that's a Ukrainian name.
Okay, will Nord Stream 2 leaks be safe in the future? 1, 2, 3.
They will have to build some kind of observation about them everywhere. But no, I don't see this
Happening again.
No, I don't see this being too safe.
Okay.
It will be still like a fence for animals in our highways, and the animals are ending on the highway. The wild animals, they can jump over. So no, I don't think it will be. They will have to make big changes and cure this symbol doctor. Big change and let it go. So, because it's not reliable. If someone wants to do damage,
they'll find a way.
If husband wants to cheat or wife wants to cheat, they will find a way to do it.
Roxanne is asking, what will happen?
Unless you are bobbing and... I can't stop.
No, she does digress often.
My husband is lucky.
He sleeps with his eyes open, though.
No, he said once, I can't even think, you will know it. So he doesn't want to think about bad things because I will. Oh my gosh.
Roxanne is asking, what will happen to Mark Meadows with the new January 6th revelations? 1, 2, 3.
I'm always feeling that he's going around and doing behind the back of Trump connections with DOJ.
Well, he was questioned again on Monday, I thought.
Oh, was he? I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe you send me. I don't have even time to go through all those videos. And I think that he was cooperative at the beginning. He gave so much.
Which one are you looking at?
Gala. She was very mean before, so I want to know. Post.
Anyways, carry on.
Oh, I thought that he was cooperating. He gave about 4,000 emails at the beginning.
But he was trying to sell his book.
The law will be watching him. He will be winning, but he will be crying. So he will be crying about losing the relationship with Trump.
Well, they also have more information about him connected to the insurrection.
And good, all of them.
Now, Maggie Martinez is asking, will DeSantis thank Biden publicly for acting so quickly, sending supplies and trucks to Florida before the storm?
Sorry, I was not listening.
Will DeSantis thank Biden publicly for acting so quickly, sending supplies and trucks to Florida before the storm?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
When someone is in the bathroom, they can only talk through the wall, so he is not really going to do this openly, kind of. It's like...
So there goes the public part.
The public part, yes. He knows he has to cooperate with Biden. It will be hard for him because of the dysfunctional way of his treating all the Democrats, and I don't think he will be able to, might say something through the bathroom, through the wall. or through the bathroom door.
That's an
Oh, guys,
interesting
you
thought.
are so wonderful. And now you choose me. I know I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I love it. But some visions are very.
Well, some visions you just have a real good laugh at.
I have to, because otherwise I will be.
And some of them I'm so glad that you have the vision, you explain a little bit of it, but then it's not stuck in my mind.
Oh, good. No, not when I'm talking about naked body of Trump. It was stuck.
Barbara Grace is asking, could you please tell me what's going on in the UK? This government is a joke. 1, 2, 3.
It's like a farmer's market. Old time. The old, there was so many different booths, and some ladies will scream, come here, buy from me.
So who's ever the loudest?
She wants to be the loudest. She wants people to think that she has the best ideas and so on. So the value of the pound went horrific down.
And taxes for the wealthy.
Yes. Well,
that's a campaign promise, I guess.
But I don't know if I will trust her too much.
I'm hoping she's going to be taken out again, in that a new government will come in and replace.
Yeah, and you are hoping for the Italian girl too.
No, I didn't want her to win.
No, I said that she's sheep in the wolf in the sheep's skin. Yeah, there will be so much misery. People will be upset. Oh, the sun might be shining. Maybe she will have a good product. But we have to sleep on it. We have to wait.
Now, with the sun shining too, that could also illuminate what she's doing wrong.
And it will be more visible because it will be in open day.
Mm-hmm. So
but that's what I have seen. I think she wants to use of her power of her voice to be the loudest rooster in the neighborhood.
And Jay Jane has one. Is North Korea involved in the pipeline sabotage?
Who?
North Korea.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
No, they are not connected to that. They don't trust those people to go into the West and do anything so stupid because they don't have those kind of equipment not to be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
No. They are worried about their own problems, and it will take so much hard work. They have own battle. They don't really let too many people to leave the country. Period.
And here's one. Some server tender.
Good that you are reading this.
What info did the January 6th committee get that made them cancel the next hearing? The hurricane, attention on the hurricane.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to take away that attention.
And they thought that there is so many people from Florida that needs more attention than they do. And thank you for being with us, because I know you are watching probably the hurricane. And
well, Alicia is saying watching here in Florida, 3 hours from the storm.
Yes, and it will be in the afternoon. Yes. Oh my gosh.
And it was also interesting.
Oh my gosh, Gala, you love Jordan. I guess you like guys who are screaming at you. I don't know what are you doing on my dress, poking and poking. Good.
And again, this is always just for entertainment.
It is, and she has her entertainment and no attention from the guy who will be very unfaithful. Well, I'm not saying he's faithful to his sweetheart from the school, so you can be in a triangle.
Will DeSantis, Patty's asking us, Patty Thompson, will DeSantis be charged over flying those people to Martha's Vineyard?
3 cards. 1,
2, 3.
he will have to answer some reason why he was using some money that he was not allowed to use for that reason. Intuitively, he will feel that they tidying him up, but then he will stand up, he will be fighting. And it's all about the money. If he will be charged, it will be all about the security of the money that was for different reason given to them.
Redirecting.
Yeah.
Some old senior, will Putin use strategic nukes? Violetta just answered that China's going to put a lid on it, hopefully.
Yeah. Will 45 go to jail? I always thought that he will run away. But I saw him in orange suit.
2, 3. But maybe that's just symbolic.
Yes. Would be nice to see him with the chains and walking for the dish of soup, with the dish for the soup, crying over broken relationship. So he will be asking for mental help. He is such a big star. I don't know if he can even survive in the prison.
He can't even survive if somebody comments about him.
Can you imagine him taking a bath and someone would like to
No,
help
I
him?
don't even want that song.
For entertainment only. I'm forgetting, and thank you. George Sims is always reminding me that I should say that.
Well, that is entertaining.
But how many guys would like to have that on their
bedpost?
They were so lucky.
Chris N23. Will the truth about everything come out about Meghan and Harry, and will it be made public? 1, 2.
1 second, I'm spreading again.
1, 2, 3.
It will take a long, long time, and then they will come around and they will probably be saying, it's like going around the lake. He still loves her. He will be busy with other things, and she loves the kids. They want to have as normal life as possible.
Is he revising?
But in the future, I think there will be more information.
Is he revising the book that he wrote that he was ready to publish? 1, 2, 3.
Phew. It's like a wise guy. He wants to do this the most secure way for himself. I don't think he wants to hurt anyone. He thinks the grass is greener. He wants to show that he loves everyone, and he will make good choices. Maybe the book will be boring and, not too many scandals. I think the message that I got, it is feeling like a hermit. And hermit is a symbol of wise guy.
So,
hello, switch black image. Thank you.
Heima, Heina. Will Turkey and Hungary accept Finland and Sweden to NATO soon?
I think I answered that long time ago that they will be paid kind of and they will do it.
They would eventually do it, yeah.
Yeah, I think I answered that. It's so hard to remember all the questions. Oh, believe me. It's coming 700 videos and several questions for each video.
Plus all the ones that I ask in between
that
never make it on air. Catherine is saying, are there Russian?
And she's fast thinker, so she can ask after another.
I ask a lot of questions. Are there Russian saboteurs leaving in the Exodus as well?
What?
Well, there's a lot of things that are going on in Russia right now. I mean, buildings are
and
deaths and everything, but even the pipeline, etc. Are they fleeing so that they can get out of the country? 1.
About 250,000
2.
went to Finland.
3.
How would you feel if you're standing on the ground and the ground is splitting?
Be afraid, yeah.
Yeah, you will be afraid. You will be running. And that, oh, I have goosebumps. That will cause a lot of problem. To be someone in Russia, you have to belong to doctor. Okay, you will have to belong to the party. Otherwise, you don't have a chances to have a good position. And it was like my uncle he was Catholic, but he couldn't baptize his kids, so he was taking the kids to his side, to the mountains where his wife was from, and he will baptize the kids. He will have a wedding there because officially he was in a party, and he was CEO of the company. So those people are doing this just for security. They are not there to be party goers because they have different beliefs. Or at least it was that way in Poland. There will be a strong movement against people who rebel at work. They will have to keep yes, but they want to celebrate the freedom now. So a lot of them would like to run away from the government.
Will the Senate still be held by Democrats? This is a question as well.
That is a hard question.
1, 2, 3.
It's like someone who is on the knee and moving on the knee. Like I don't see the rest of the legs, just crawling. So it will be really, really hard to go forward.
So they have to get out and vote.
Everyone. They will be making good choices, the good protection, but the dysfunctional family might cause a problem. You know, when you have someone who has the problems with this, I would like you to read one of the questions.
Well, it's like Giorgia Meloni for Italy.
This one.
The reason she got in is there was a low turnout, a low voter turnout, and those who wanted her in did turn out to vote her in. And so if the people want to keep it as democratic, well, they have to turn out.
Yeah. We can't help you in that. We can only preach.
Yeah, and we can pray because it'll come. Well, it is coming here anyways. Switchback Image would like to know, Dr. Oz is involved with multi-level marketing. Will criminal charges be coming for Dr. Oz? Two, 3.
It's like he's moving with his gestures a lot. I don't think he will be, no. People don't think that he was, the best doctor anyhow. That's the reason he was not running his practice as much. He will go different direction and he will have to keep his balance above the water. And
now what was interesting is, because this has been in the news just recently here, about that 9-second phone call that was made out of the White House, and the timing was perfect. Trump had just talked to his
only
supporters.
9 seconds.
9 seconds. And they said the intelligence specialist had said a lot can be said or communicated in 9 seconds, and the call ended. But they don't know, they know who received it because it's one of the insurrectionists.
Yes.
Who sent that call?
Tell them.
Who?
It is like tell them.
Tell them?
Yes, so it is someone who has a lot of power. Do it.
So Trump?
Probably.
Do you want to see? 1, 2.
I have to be careful
3.
because somehow I left that card and it's showing me be careful what you are saying. someone that they loved, who had the money, king of money, and who had the power, complete power, being in control. Who else would connect?
Well, just after he said it publicly, he wanted to make sure that they heard it, perhaps, what they're to do next. Now, Andrew Giuliani, that is
son of
Rudy's son,
yeah.
he was in the White House until January 20th, just before Biden came in.
And Giuliani as well. They both were there on and off. The doors couldn't stop.
But so it's interesting because they don't know all of his communications. Did he have the cell phone that was communicating with some of these people who were?
Did they ask him for cell phone?
I don't know whether they've taken his cell phone or not.
Mm-hmm. Talking about hard questions.
1, 2, 3. Does he have the secrets for some of that? I mean, he may have gotten rid of the phone already if he did.
He will be puking with the words. Like, if he was eating some of the documents, he will be puking them out. We will know eventually. He was helping to make decisions, trying to balance everything, and he wanted to have some role of an advisor. So he thought that he is such a big fish helping. Do we have any question? AV. Who is the higher official in the Trump administration that will face an indictment and justice?
1, 2, 3.
When Trump will be indicted, everyone else like domino, one after another. They will have them on the list, one, book, for our security. It will be like a magic from the house.
But it will be Trump.
Trump has to go first. They have to have the Trump out of the,
And again, Tucker Carlson.
Last question.
Tucker Carlson, well, it's comment mostly, but Tucker Carlson has really, he even interviewed Giorgia Meloni from Italy.
Oh, yeah.
And praising her up because she had the values of God, family, and country, the nationalism values. But it's only God who they believe in, that, their belief,
And
not God overall.
That's very Catholic country.
Yeah. But God is, if it's the Christ consciousness, the creative consciousness, it's love and it's for everyone. But they have it limited to their God beliefs. Family, of course, it's only their family. Who they want within their family, not the family of mankind. And then country. Well, there's no borders from the other side. We're all one. But they're really, really promoting her as being really, really wonderful. And, she has close connections with Bannon. She talked at that conference that was in Washington.
Had a picture with him, yeah. And she was in the CPAC conference.
Yeah.
And she has connection with Urban from Hungary.
But it seems that the Italian prime ministers don't stay in for a very long time. So hopefully she'll be taken out. Yeah, hopefully she won't be there for a long term and cause huge damage. But she did plant a lot of ideas at that event.
Mm-hmm. Rudy Mansferetto Giuliani. Greg Dixon. Thank you so much. And now I want to share with you some remedies. I don't know. Remember, do your own research. When I was a teenager, 16, 17, I had sinuses, horrific sinuses every spring. And I noticed so many people are now suffering with sinuses. Why? Who knows? But even my son Roman had that. So I told him, use the for sinuses, the light, and for sun tanning light. So where is him? I was writing to him yesterday. Okay. No, this one. Okay, and it's 105 tanning light phase timer lamp. You can see that on on YouTube, on Amazon, sorry. But Google first, if that will be something. My doctor that time was sending me for sun tanning with those small goggles, and she was telling me to go for 2 weeks, I think. That was so many years ago. And I love it because I have a problem to ever suntan.
I don't.
Well, now you are always brown and I'm so freaking white. And so you were going, I was going first for few minutes, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, and then every time it was up to 15 minutes. I love it. I love the smell of the sun tanning lamp. And after that, my sinuses were gone. My girlfriend, she was going for different treatment. They were pulling something out of her nose. And every year she had the problem over and over. I said, well, go to my doctor and she will prescribe this. And then she did, and she was happy. So I'm still operating in that mind setting. You can buy them on Google, but Google for yourself. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but I'm saying what I was doing when I was talking with my uncle from Poland, who said that he had a problem with sinuses recently. I said, oh, you can do this, or you can go to some tanning studio and take some. And he said, no, I have a better remedy. He's 85 or 84, 5. And he said, I'm putting the hot potatoes. I'm cooking potatoes, waiting that I can handle them, and then I'm cutting them in half with the peel, with the skin, and putting them on my forehead. I said, oh, okay. So that's his.
And it works for him?
It works. He thinks it's the best remedy. And
So mind is really important, if you believe it.
I don't know, but my girlfriend was suffering really badly with that, and it was so painful to put the for the
Forceps.
squeezers. No, not squeezers. They were pulling out of her, like injection opposite way.
Oh, so they were filling it and then pulling it?
No, just pulling.
Just pulling it, sucking it out.
Sucking it out. I don't think I wanted to hear it, but that was.
That's how we feel about your vision sometimes.
No, and I told him, and he said, I have a better way. So whatever you can do it.
Research it a bit. Yeah.
Research, but maybe potatoes, cooked potatoes, and warm. And my father-in-law was telling me that when he had headaches during the war, there was no medication. It was hardly any medication. They were chewing the tree.
Like a bark of a tree or some certain tree?
No. Crying willow? I think crying willow. Yes. And willow, yes, crying willow. And they were chewing willow to stop the pains. Because
leaves, bark, what part?
Bark, the strings. But in the winter they didn't have that, and that's what they are made. Aspirin is made of. But he said if he had headaches, he will put potatoes.
I wonder if the warmth of some sort.
Warmth
drains it.
Yes, but that's only if you have very high blood pressure. If you have low, that will kill you. And they didn't know what is causing the. Okay, we have to pray for people in Florida that they will survive this Ian storm. Cuba, people that they will survive the damage that it caused them. And
Puerto Rico.
And then that the storm will go fast, not too slow, because when it's too slow, then it's staying and doing the damage and doing, sometimes in Cuba it was for so long. It was not fast moving. So we have to pray for that, and for people who survive in east coast of Canada, that they will be able to rebuild the houses, and there is no land now that the house was on. So many houses are completely destroyed. So
yeah, prayers are important.
prayers for peace, for unity, for security, for wealth, for goodness. Not that no one will be affected by any sickness, that people with cancer will be cured, that there will be no any more of those damaging illnesses that were hitting us lately.
We have a lot to be thankful for, too.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. See you next time. And thank you, Ellen, Christine, Maria, Robin, Marisa, Teresa, Charlene. Thank you. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And Sheryl will be most of the time, but once in a while, Tracy will show up, or she will have maybe Saturday with me sometimes. I will see. Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.